Hi there YouTube, XtremeTrainz here. So in this video you're probably looking at being like, hang on, haven't you already reviewed this? And the answer is like quite a few of the Thomas Wood things. I did review the original 2018 version of this item, which was the unpainted Thomas Wood version. But when I saw the opportunity to pick this up for the price that I did, which I'm not going to tell you just yet, that's going to be a kicker, you have to stay tuned to find out, I couldn't resist buying another one. And I think it just goes to show there's some really wacky stuff going on with Thomas Wood, and particularly Thomas Wood 2018, which is still in a lot of stores and trying to be sold away, as you would have seen from some of my recent videos. But it seems like the weird pricing has continued into the new versions of the fully painted Thomas Wood items. So what are we waiting for? Let's get to the bottom of this mystery. Alrighty, so in front of me you can see the box of the 2019 fully painted version of the Lift and Load cargo set. Now, as you would know, I reviewed the original some years ago when it actually came out, and I finally managed to get my hands on this version, which, as I'm going to talk about at the end, had something really different about it, which is why I want to talk about it. But first, we have a quick look at the box art. You can see it's mostly the same. It's just, I imagine, to be honest, they probably got, like, you know, Photoshop to change the color here, and then I believe, you know, that's the main thing they've repainted. From the looks of things initially, and we will do a comparison with the original set, there's actually been no other changes to the set. So you can see here again, probably a paint job in terms of using Photoshop, because this is definitely Photoshopped in. So I think they have done that. By the looks of things, no, nothing else has changed. We've still got the adapters. We've got the new pictures here with the fully painted engines. And then we've got this new layout down the bottom here, which shows all the stuff you can build. Interestingly, like, it shows the castle set, but I have like not ever seen the castle set for sale anywhere. So that is interesting. But, you know, if you look at it, we're getting close. This layout actually looks pretty lit. But I think it kind of suffers the same problem that a lot of these Thomas sets face, is that they don't really, like, what does it actually do? Like, where can the trains actually go? And if you have a look at it here, you can see Thomas, if he comes out of here, he would go along here. He either goes straight off into the nothing, or he goes around and underneath here and into the nothing. Same with this track here, comes, you know, if he comes, you don't have any, there's very few full loops in this set, and I think that is, to me, a bit of a problem. Like, where does this go? This bridge just goes off the edge. And I think that's a bit of a problem to me, because, you know, again, it's this whole thing that trains require a loop of track to do stuff, and as I originally talked about with this set, there's no loop of track, so it's very, to me, quite silly. So I think that's something which is not very good. But otherwise, yeah, this box is pretty much the same. I just wanted to have a quick talk about that difference there. So, what are we waiting for? Let's crack it open and do a comparison to the old set. Alrighty, so you can see in front of me here the major contents of the set and kind of what's changed. So the track is all the same, or at least, you know, it's all within the margin of error in terms of, you know, there was always a bit of natural variation in the color and things, so I'm not going to talk about that in this review. So the first thing which is obviously different is Charlie, and here's the biggest thing I think that's changed. Obviously now he is a fully painted version. So we should compare the same side, so you get like for like, and you can see here, you know, it really does make a difference with the added paint. On a, you know, quick visual inspection, it doesn't look like there's any huge differences. Obviously, this Charlie has got the new-ish, but the pin construction in the bottom. But otherwise, he is pretty much the same. We can do that quick comparison in terms of the length, but yes, the length of these two is the same. So that is one thing that is majorly different. The other thing which you'll notice is different, which I actually didn't realize, is that, as you can see with the trucks, the undercarriage of the trucks has been painted. So the rest of them is, like, you know, again, pretty much the same. Interestingly, if you look at the wood fleck in the plastic, there's actually more wood fleck in this one than in this one, which is the painted one. But again, if the camera wants to focus, that would be amazing. Thank you. But again, this is something which seems to be pretty random and not very consistent. So that is something which is different. If we get this green troublesome truck, then, you know, it's the same kind of thing. Again, the plastic on these ones is or the wood flake in the plastic is pretty much the same. And you can see the difference is that we've got that painted undercarriage. So that is the main difference there. None of the little containers are any different. So the complaint that I had about the unpainted boxes still remains in the new one. So that's that. Interestingly, the production number though on the new one, as you can see here, there's no production number, whereas this old one had this production number here on the bottom. So that's something that's changed if that's something you care about. The points again are the same. And just to show the randomness of the wood fleck in the plastic, there's more wood fleck in the new one than the old one, but again, it doesn't seem to be consistent. They work in the same way. This one is definitely tighter, as you can kind of, and distinctly kind of clicks into different positions, whereas this one is pretty much soft. So there's no ratchet system, whereas this one like clicks, click, click, click. This one, you can stop it halfway through. There's no real mechanism to switch that. And I don't know if that's an intentional design change or if it's just that the molds are getting a bit old and they're not as tight anymore. Unclear. As far as I can tell, there's no real differences between the cranes. As you can see here, this part is still unpainted. These legs are still unpainted. And that same goes for the little transfer thingy, none of that has been painted. So they look like, to me, the biggest changes in this set, and they're purely aesthetic, which then raises the question of why the heck did you buy it? You've already got one. And the reason was this set was 40 Australian dollars. Yes, you heard me correctly, 40 Australian dollars. Let's remember the original was retailing for up to 120 Australian dollars. So this was 66% off, and I bought it because it was an excellent track pack. It's got the three-way switches as well as some curves and some straights, which we know in Thomas Woods are pretty much impossible to get. Rolling stock, which again in Thomas Wood is pretty much impossible to get. And also, it means you get a new painted Charlie, which I think is kind of cool, as well as another crane and that kind of thing. So that's why I purchased this set, and I think for $40, you are absolutely getting incredible value. I purchased this probably the mid to late 2020. I can't exactly remember. But it was definitely on special, and now it's gone back up to about $90 or $80 at the same store. So I don't know why they were selling it so cheap. It was really strange. But yeah, that is kind of my story on that one. If you've got any theories as to why it was selling for so cheap, why it was $40, please let me know. I don't know if this set's actually gone out of production or not, or I don't really know what Thomas Wood is doing. We all kind of thought it was dead. It seemed like it was kind of dying, and then all of a sudden they've announced there's like a Kenji model coming. So I'm a bit confused as to what's happening with Thomas Wood. If you know anything, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate your time. I hope you found this a little bit interesting. And otherwise, that's all I've got time for. This is XtremeTrainz.